Good afternoon, YouTube community. So today we have an interesting topic. You know that today is the 7th of May, and 2 days from now Russia celebrates Victory Day, Dien Победы, which commemorates the end of the fight against Nazi Germany. For us in Europe it's the 8th of May 1945. For Russians it's 9th of May because it's because of the time differences, right? Different time zone. So what is Dien Победы? Well, you know that the Allies won during World War II, and the Soviets at the time contributed to this greatly. Soviet Union included Ukraine, which, as we know now, there's this war between Russia and Ukraine. Russia has mythologized this day and is doing its best to equate the Allied victory in World War II with the current war in Ukraine. But there is no comparison. Why is there no comparison? Well, this is a war of aggression. It's Putin's war. It's a war to conquer territory that does not belong to Russia. It's Ukrainian territory. On the contrary, in World War II, the Soviet Union was defending against the Nazis. Although we must also remember that the Soviet Union occupied Poland together with the Nazis and occupied parts of Finland. So they were no angels either. Soviet Union at the time was also guilty of a lot of war crimes. But let's skip all that history that I'm sure that you already understand it quite well. The question is, should Ukraine rain on Moscow's parade? I mean, should they disrupt it with drones? Should they attack it even? I mean, if there are military targets like tanks, infantry fighting vehicles, military hardware, should Ukraine attack this? There have been many debates about this. My personal opinion is no. Why not? Well, there will be foreign dignitaries like President Xi Jinping of China and others. I think that Ukraine has a lot to gain from not attacking it directly, but threatening to attack it, and then using this as a diversion to attack juicy military targets. Now, I'm not a general, I'm an armchair general, but in my opinion, having listened to opinions from both sides, I would say that it's probably better for Ukraine not to attack this parade directly. I don't think it would necessarily be beneficial for Ukraine to do it, but I still think that Ukraine is right in sending a message. This target, I mean, military targets are absolutely legitimate because they're used to kill Ukrainians and even Ukrainian civilians. So, yeah, I mean, it's a legitimate target, but maybe it's not directly in the interest of Ukraine to attack such target. But it is definitely in the interest of Ukraine to attack targets elsewhere. So what I would do is I would threaten to attack, to disrupt the Moscow parade, the 9th of May parade. I'm very happy that Ukraine is also disrupting flights in Moscow. A lot of flights have been cancelled, delayed. The Russian fascists deserve this. So the terrorists, yeah, it's good that they have their flights delayed. They should really taste a bit of what they're doing to Ukraine. A bit of the pain is good for them. It's good to see the reality. But yeah, I would say that let's not attack the parade itself, but let's attack some juicy targets elsewhere. Ukraine knows what targets to attack, which targets to attack, and I'm sure that they will achieve great success with drones. We see on the battlefield that Russia struggles to move forward and that Ukraine utilizes drones very effectively, including fiber optic drones, which are very hard to stop. So let's see what happens. It's going to be interesting. There could be something. There could even be some false flags or provocations from the Russian side. We will wait and see. This is really a death cult of the Russians, this 9th of May, Dien Победы. And it would be really cool, really amazing if somehow Ukraine were to disrupt it in some way. But I would say that it should not be with drone strikes. Also because, yeah, it will be well defended. And although Russian air defense is not always the best, and you can still strike targets even if they're defended by Russian air defense, I would say that Ukraine should keep the moral high ground, and the world should continue to see that the aggressor's name is Russia. So let's see what happens. 9th of May coming up 2 days from now. Today is the 7th of May. Let's see what happens. As always, we keep supporting Ukraine. Ukraine is the legitimate party in this. It's the victim, and it's the party which I believe will eventually win this terrible Russo-Ukrainian war. I'm Richard. Have a great day. Glory to Ukraine.